Lost Art of Fishing Stories, written by Andrew Cox. Get your copy today. Go to Amazon and search The Lost Art of Fishing Stories. The Lost Art Project, Veteran Voices with Andrew Cox. Preserving history, one veteran story at a time. Marine Corps League and Till Valhalla Project Ambassador. Thanks for tuning in to the podcast that's given a voice to our veterans. The Lost Art Project, Veteran Voices with Andrew Cox. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Project, Veterans Voices. We have a good one on here for you today. But before we get into the episode, are you enjoying the podcast? And make sure you go to the website. That's thelostart.podbean.com. Go check us out, see what we're all about. There's a couple of ways you can help support us. You can go in there. There's a one-time donation link. There's a become a patron link. That's a monthly donation. Or heck, you could just go purchase some cool merchandise, or you can actually advertise right here on the podcast. A big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project. They are doing amazing things. I encourage everyone to go check them out. Try and help them as best we can. You can find them at tillvalhallaproject.com. Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps Veteran Service Organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member. Okay, here we are. I got Jason Lowe on here. Jason, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Oh man, I can't complain. I'm excited to get to hear your story.
I don't know what kind of stories we got, but here we go.
Well, that sounds good. So let's start at the beginning. Where did you grow up? What was that like? And then what drew you to military service?
Well, I grew up in West Virginia, real rural town, population less than 50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there was 12 kids in my sixth grade graduating class. So it was a pretty small town.
Yeah.
One of my best friends and I decided that one year at church camp, his buddy said he was going in the Marine Corps, and my buddy thought it was a cool deal. So, of course, I didn't have anything in the future, and I decided to jump on board with that. And as a sophomore and junior, I was already dead set on going in the Marine Corps. So,
Wow. Okay. Now, did you do like the delayed entry program type stuff?
I did. Of course, you had to go to the park and run laps and all that happy jazz because
Right.
I was a fat body. But I had to lose weight just to get into boot camp. So
Okay.
that
Yeah.
was a great great experience right there.
Man. But you were in it for what, like 2 years, you said?
Uh, the depth, yeah, I was in for 2
Yeah.
years.
Okay.
Then of course we got to go to boot camp, and he was he and I was supposed to go in a buddy program,
Uh-huh.
and he actually got caught up in the MEPS in Beckley. I went through the MEPS in Columbus,
Oh,
and
okay.
we were supposed to meet back up at Paris Island on the footsteps. Well, for one reason or another, he had some paperwork that wasn't finished, and I got there a day and a half earlier
Oh,
than he did.
yeah.
So June 5th, my wonderful tour started on Paris Island, and his didn't start till June 7th. So,
Okay. All right. Wow.
but I was already there, and we had already started naming our gear, putting our names on everything,
Right.
and getting introduced to all of our wonderful drill instructors. And then all of a sudden they holler my name, and I'm like, it's only day 2. There's no way they know me. I've been trying to hide.
Yeah.
And they already knew my name, so they pulled me out, and they ended up pulling out a bunch of the W's. out of all the different platoons and
Okay.
stuck them all together and made the sixth platoon.
Oh wow.
So his name started with a G, so therefore he was like number two, and mine was
Uh-huh.
L. I was number three. Everyone else was all the W's.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, so it kind of got cool because I was in two different platoons in the same company, same division,
Yeah.
same battalion.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool to go that way and get introduced to a whole different set of drill instructors. So
Yeah. You got double the love there.
yeah, everyone knew me.
Yeah. That's right. Oh man. Well, tell me about your boot camp experience. What do you remember and what was the good and the bad?
Well, of course, everyone who goes through Paris Island, they know the sand fleas and fire ants. So those were of course in full abundance down there.
Yeah.
Um, Going down in June, you're in the hottest part of the year,
Mm.
so you get the full experience. When I was there, um, it was just at the um, very beginning of Hurricane Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
They were coming in, and I can remember back the drill instructors were pretty pissed off because we were going to have to evacuate,
Yeah.
and we got on those wonderful white buses they carried us around in, the sardine
Yeah.
cans, and took us off to Fort Benning. Um,
Okay.
Actually graduated boot camp there,
No
left from
kidding.
there, went to Camp Lejeune over at Camp Johnson, Camp Geiger,
Uh-huh.
and Hurricane Floyd ended up doing a little 180, a little turnabout
Uh-huh.
once it got back out in the Atlantic and hit us again there. And
Wow.
I can remember going through Camp Geiger, and of course we were young and dumb, so we didn't know any better. But the storm surge was about up to your chest, walking to and from the barracks, and
Wow.
the instructors thought it was fun. They thought it was cool. Let's just go, let's march around and storm surge.
Uh-huh.
So looking back on it, I'm like, hey man, there was probably gators in that water. Uh,
Yeah. There are one or two. I wouldn't say there's a ton of them, but yeah,
yeah,
there's definitely one or two.
but at that age, you never really think about the dangers.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's a good point. Now, what year was it that you went in, you said?
I went in '99, ended up getting
Okay.
out in '03.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So, so tell me about now, did you know what MOS you were going in for?
Well, the recruiter, God bless
Hmm.
him. Everyone loves a good recruiter.
Yeah.
He got me to sign. I was supposed to be in communications. Well,
Okay.
since the buddy and I went in on a buddy program, he had already selected electrician.
Got it.
Well, for whatever reason, I got pulled into electrician as well.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
not complaining. Electrician was a great job.
Hmm.
Learned some real valuable skills.
Yeah.
But it wasn't your glorious, take that hill kind of thing. It was sit
Hmm.
back in the rear, run a generator while the generator drinks his coffee warm. You know,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it
Makes
wasn't real
sense. Yeah.
glorious, but it was a job nonetheless.
Right. Okay. And so you did MCT and stuff there at Geiger,
Yeah,
and then now was that 2 weeks long for you?
yeah. It was two
Yeah.
weeks there at Geiger. Of course, it was just the MCT. I had to go on to electrician school, and it was out at what is that, Courthouse Bay, out there off
Yeah.
of Camp
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Lejeune.
Hmm.
Um, I was just there a couple weeks ago,
Oh, really?
and oh yeah, brother, Camp Lejeune has changed completely in the past 20 something years. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
'03 when I got out, so it's been what, 26 years,
Hmm.
almost. So yeah, the uh, the unit I was with, combat engineers,
Hmm.
with utilities platoon out of the support company.
Hmm.
Daggone, I can't believe I remember all that from back then. But yeah, they don't even stay in the same area anymore. They're all out at Courthouse Bay.
Oh,
Since
no
that's where
kidding.
the engineer school is.
Yeah.
Basically, once you graduate school, you just roll over, and that's where you live for 4 years.
Ah, I see.
But
Okay.
it was really cool getting to go hang out with the engineers, watch them blow stuff up, watch them build
Oh,
some
yeah.
stuff, and then blow it up. Um, you know, it was pretty cool. And then driving around the base, it really sinks in. There's no tanks here. Tanks are gone.
Hmm.
That was probably the weirdest part. You know,
Yeah.
20 years ago, you couldn't drive across base without someone being out training or shooting a tank or driving a
Yep.
tank across the daggone road.
Hmm. That's
You
true.
couldn't drive. You couldn't drive at night because you'd run into a tank
Hmm.
because you couldn't see them. But now
Right.
they're all gone. So it was kind of eye opening. It's like, now wait a minute, have we really rotated that far away from what we were, and now we're just
Right.
drones? But but yeah, it was kind of eye opening to me how much the base had changed. Uh,
Yeah. The city too. I don't know if you got to spend much time out there looking around, but the city is completely different too.
oh, from what I understand, back after 9/11,
Hmm.
after everyone already got back from Iraq, the first wave, they started
Right.
doing bypasses and everything around to
Hmm.
where you couldn't even get on and off TT1 or TT2.
Yeah.
They've got a bypass where you don't even go down in Jacksonville toward
Yeah.
Jacksonville at all. You just go straight to the base.
Hmm.
Um, so, from what I understand, back in the day, um, a bunch of Marines getting in trouble out in town, of course.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
figure.
It happens.
Uh, yeah, it happens. You put a bar somewhere, and yeah, there's a Marine going to get in it. Uh,
Very true.
a Marine's going to find it.
Yeah.
Um, so, uh, they wanted to keep everyone on base and away from the riffraff. I get it.
Hmm.
But from what I understand, basically Jacksonville just turned into nothing but a ghost town. Um, but of course, when people were deployed down there, Onslow County
Hmm.
is a ghost town because without the base, what
True.
do you have?
Yeah. 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 And a lot of family members, when they deploy, they'll leave as well,
Yeah.
go back
Yep.
home wherever home is.
Yep.
So there's a lot of them that do that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame them. There's nothing
Yeah.
around there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Very true. And now you said you went to the schoolhouse and then you rolled right over and stayed there at Courthouse Bay, or did you go
Well,
somewhere else?
I actually went from Courthouse Bay over to Mainside Lejeune, and I was
Okay.
fortunate enough to stay at Lejeune the whole time of my enlistment. I didn't have to go to Japan, which that
Oh,
was
nice.
part of the requirement. You're going to spend
Hmm.
3 years stateside, 1 year over there.
Right.
And by getting in the division, and ironically, by getting hurt, I blew my knee out the
Okay.
second year in. Um, by getting hurt and being on light duty, I didn't have to go to Okinawa or Iwakuni, so I was
Oh,
able to get
wow.
out of that
Okay.
one. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually stayed main side to do therapy and everything on my knee
Hmm.
after I
Now,
blew it
how'd you
out.
blow out your knee?
Now that was a funny one.
All right.
Um, I was a football player in high school, and I
Hmm.
loved the sport, everything
Yeah.
about it. And Lejeune at the time, we started playing intramural ball. Of
Yep.
course, Marine Corps doesn't have a college team. We have to depend on the Navy to represent us.
Hmm.
Well,
Right.
down at the Lejeune, we had all these intramural leagues, and we played 8-man ball.
Hmm.
Of course, you just take some of the linemen out and make it a quicker game.
Yeah.
Um, well, it made it so fast that this old boy, again, I ain't built for speed. Um, you know, uh, something ended up catching me up where a guy got in front of me, and well, you get in front of me, I ain't stopping either, not real
Yeah.
quick. And my leg went one way, my body went the other,
Oh,
and
geez.
yeah, I ended up coming around to where I had 3 surgeries on the knee to try to put it all back together the way it was supposed to.
Holy
So
cow.
I don't have a cool combat story, but it was pretty nasty football hit if you if you could ever
Yeah,
watch the
I would
video.
imagine you were probably on crutches for a while and stuff like that, huh?
I was on crutches more than 6 months.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, because like I said, every time they would start to get feeling better, they go in and do another surgery to try to put it back right. And
Whoa.
you know, to try to get combat ready, it's hard to do without an MCL, LCL, ACL. You know,
Yeah.
they ended up taking ligaments out of that hold your kneecap in place. They took those out, tried to put them in the back, screwed those in. Um, I was in Dynamic Mix 2000
Okay.
in Greece,
Hmm.
and one of the screws started backing out through the skin. And
Whoa.
instead of, oh yeah, instead of going out, it was right below the kneecap. Instead of going to the doc or whatever to get yelled at, I just
Uh-huh.
went ahead and took one of my tools out of my tool belt, and it was just an Allen head. Went in and screwed it out. Still got it in my wallet today.
You just took it out?
Yeah, I just took. Well, it was coming out either way.
Well, that's a good point.
So I mean, it was coming out. I might as well go ahead and get it the rest of the way out before it takes a chance
Holy
on getting
cow.
infected or whatnot. So
That's just crazy. I
you
can't
know,
even imagine that.
Marines, we are crazy. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, it's
You've
true.
done
It's
crazier
true.
stuff than that, I'm sure.
Holy cow, man. That's wild.
Yeah, I didn't
Just
even have
unscrewed
anything
it.
to drink. That was the crazy part.
Yeah. Holy
But
cow.
yeah, it tickled a little bit.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. We could call it tickled. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but yeah.
Yeah, it tickled.
Holy cow. So you did that while you were out in Greece.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Um, Back in, I don't know if they still do them nowadays, but they call them dynamic mixes. And basically, where a bunch of countries would get together and they just plop us down and say train.
Yeah.
Well, combat engineers, they like to train anywhere. We can build
Hmm.
bridges, roads,
Yeah.
landing strips, whatever, and we could be out in the middle of nowhere and build you a city.
Yeah.
Um, of course, the great part about that is we get to blow it up later. Uh, Jet cord is a very wonderful tool.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we would train with all the different countries, and I tell you, the most eye-opening experience was when we did train in Greece. Those soldiers, they were
Hmm.
required. They were required to be in. I think it was a 2-year minimum contract.
Oh, I
As
see.
soon as
Yeah.
you got out of high school, you had to join, and it wasn't a very rich country where we were at. Syros, Thessaloniki,
Hmm.
running water wasn't really a thing unless you were rich.
What? No
Oh
kidding. Wow.
yeah. They When we showed up with our water purification units and generators and everything, the soldiers are like, "What's this kind of stuff?" You know?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
we're turning yuck water into drinking water,
Yeah.
and they're amazed. We've got
Wow.
boots that the soles are falling off of, and they're trading us a half a rack of lamb for it. And I tell you, they can cook some good lamb over there, buddy.
Yeah, I bet so.
Um,
Yeah.
but they'll grill us a lamb for a couple pair of boots that will we were just going to
Yeah.
throw them away anyway. But these
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
like they wanted our trash and gave us good stuff for it.
Hmm.
And I ended up getting some trading some camis off of them and stuff like that. It was a really good time, but it really gave you an appreciation of what you have here stateside.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
we take
yeah.
for granted. You know,
Hmm.
unless you've never been somewhere like that and seen people,
Yeah.
running water. I mean, that's a big one. And
Is you would
it's
think in today's day and age that that wouldn't be the case, but it really is.
brother. It Like I said, it's unheard of here in America.
Hmm.
But you step outside this border, people don't understand what it's like. They can stand
Yeah.
there and scream, yell, and holler all they want and say that this is a bad country and this, that, and the other. Well, by George, you put your boots somewhere else. Then tell
Yeah.
me how bad it is. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
being American, yeah, you were born with it, but if you want to give it up, go on. You know, go live in one of those countries and take your millions with you. You know, to help them. You know, maybe you
Yeah.
can drill a well over there where you can provide water.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
so
Now,
yeah, that really gave me a strong appreciation for what we do have here in this country. I mean, we
right.
truly have been blessed. Um, you know, um, we were a nation formed under God,
Hmm.
and I believe that if we don't get back there, we may end up being in the same condition that those ones are. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, so not trying to throw religious there on you, but uh,
Oh no,
God's done
that's
a lot
fine.
for
That's
me,
fine.
and I ain't ashamed of him.
Yeah. 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 Well, talk to me a little bit. So you did the exercise in Greece. What did you do any other exercises while you were there?
Well, basically, that when you go into a country like that, you float around the country.
Hmm.
Um, I got put with the recon battalion, and that was
Okay.
super cool. I got to drive a Humvee. You know, they
Hmm.
obviously had to walk, but I got to drive the Humvee with the generator on the back of it, and
Nice.
anywhere the general or the colonel wanted to stop, well, that's where
Hmm.
I stopped, set up shop, and made sure he had his coffee and his laptop running, and
Yeah.
watch all the Marines get out there and do all the crazy stuff, crawling around through the mud.
Uh-huh.
I got to sit back and watch. So
Wow.
I had a good job.
Yeah.
I watched all the grunts get down there getting muddy while I got to sit back and sip on coffee with the generals.
So you
Again,
were
like I said,
actually driving around with the general?
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was super cool because, like I said, there was only a certain number of vehicles we could have in the convoy,
Right.
and one of them had to be pulling my generator.
Hmm.
So instead of me humping it out, I'm there with the general.
Very
Like, oh,
nice.
this works. This works.
Yeah. Thinking to yourself, isn't too bad.
Yeah, I could live this life. You know,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and then when I was down at the base here just a couple weeks ago,
Uh,
visiting a friend of mine, he's actually still in. He rolled over into the Navy, and he's what do they call those now? Lieutenants in the Navy, captain in the Marine Corps. The
yeah.
two bar.
What? Yeah.
He's
Yeah. Yeah.
loving it. He's loving it, and he's put in 24 years. But anyway, I'd never been down into officer housing. Obviously, I was
Hmm.
never in officer. Well, the further you go, the higher rank you get. Okay,
Right.
I didn't realize that there is a general's area on that base.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know it, but I do now. Um, I
Did you
didn't
find
go
yourself
in.
in it?
No, no. I found myself at the beginning of it and said, I know I'm not supposed to be here. So, so of course, I peeked in a little further, and then I
Yeah.
got out of town. But
Oh, that's funny.
it was super cool because, like I said, I'd been there for 4.5 years and never knew that General's housing out there even existed.
Yeah.
Um, it's that base is super huge, and you don't
Oh
think
yeah, it
of it
is.
being that big, but until you actually start trying to drive around it, you know,
Hmm.
when I was that young, we could walk, what, 100 mile a day or something. We were young and
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah.
So the base wasn't that big, but nowadays, I mean, just driving across it, driving around and seeing everything out in town that there is,
Yeah.
base is huge.
Yeah, that's true. The now did you see the new gym that they had?
I didn't. I wasn't able to go into it, obviously, but
Yeah.
my friend told me about it. And basically, if you want to get anywhere near it, you better go super early or super late.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
it's pretty busy.
yeah, from what I hear, it stays busy.
Yeah. But it's a nice facility. They got a pool in there. They got a running like a running track upstairs, I think. They got all kinds of stuff in there. It's pretty cool. I think they even
Yeah.
have a rock climbing place.
Well, see, that's something that we could have really utilized in back when I was in. But
Hmm.
I have noticed that I believe it's MCCS, might even be USO. They've really stepped up and really put some more entertainment type stuff.
Yeah.
When I first went in, of course, early 2000, internet was afraid it was going to go down. It was Y2K.
Right.
So we really didn't have much in the way of entertainment.
Hmm.
Um, they started building little sheds, these place and that place, and putting in Xboxes and PlayStations for some of them. And then, of
Oh,
course,
nice. Okay.
in the barracks, they would throw some Xboxes in the
Like the
common
common areas.
barracks,
Yeah.
so that way we keep them entertained. But that generation, my generation, unfortunately, the one that just after Gen X, um, um, it was difficult to try to keep us entertained. You know,
Yeah.
the only thing we really had was alcohol. So,
Yeah. Well, there was plenty of it there at in Lejeune area.
oh brother, yeah. We don't want to go down that road of stories. Um,
Yeah.
I
Well,
I can
did they have
remember,
the NCO clubs on Lejeune
you know,
back then?
they had an NCO club, staff NCO club, and an officer club. I had
Yeah.
never been in any of them except no. I take that back. I was in the staff NCO club with a friend of mine, and that was just an in and out. He owed someone some
Okay.
money, so I was like, "Let me see what the inside looks like." Okay, that's what it is. All right, I'm out. I'm not putting in 8 years to figure that part out. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
but
the staff NCO club is still there, I think, and then the officers club, I think they built a new one, but or
well,
maybe not. I don't
back
know.
in back in the housing area, brother,
Hmm.
you would net. Oh my goodness! Depending on how long ago you got out, it looks like a ghost town in one section of it. They have it
Really?
yeah, they have it chain linked off.
Hmm.
I'm talking blocks of houses, chain linked off, and
Wow.
doing construction is my background. Obviously, I went ahead and
Hmm.
carried that forward on out of the Marine Corps, um,
Okay.
doing construction. So I drive up through there, and I was talking to my friend, and I said, just look at all the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just sitting there. Every
Hmm.
house had a garage, so there was a super huge garage door. There was,
Hmm.
they were all furnished, so that meant they all
Yeah.
had toilets. All these
Hmm.
things cost money. Well,
Yeah.
of course, being a federal government contract, they probably don't care. But considering the fact that I volunteer up here for Habitat for Humanity up in
Yeah.
West Virginia, you know, they will take that toilet that's donated and they'll get $10 out of it. They'll take
Yeah.
that $10, turn it around, and help put someone else in a home.
Yeah.
So my brain started churning. How much could I get for the habitat out of all this stuff down here? And I'm thinking,
Hmm.
oh, well, wait a minute, that's a whole big bite to chew because we're talking blocks of houses that
Hmm.
they're leaving sit there, and apparently they're just letting them fall down.
Wait,
Eventually, they'll come in and clean it all, and then build new housing on it.
I
But for
got you.
right now, they're just letting it sit there and rot.
Yeah, I guess it's not,
Couple of the
they're
roof
not
lines already
good
falling
enough.
in. Huh?
Sorry, they're not good enough houses or well enough for families and stuff to be in them, I guess is what the deal is, right?
Yeah, they evidently dermoed them or whatever,
Yeah.
that you're not allowed in them,
Hmm.
quarantine them. So, I mean, I guess it just takes time to come in and demolish them and then build new. But they've built several new areas on the base,
Yeah.
just for housing. You know, um, how you get in on Main Side nowadays, it's totally different than the way you used to on Holcomb. If
Hmm.
you want to go down in to see the Lejeune statue at the traffic circle, you have to
Hmm.
take a route that no one drives anymore. I mean,
Really?
there's
Wow.
grass growing up around the Lejeune statue. I mean, that just goes to tell
Wow.
you how focused they are about that area. They're not.
Yeah.
They've got
Holy
all
cow.
new headquarters. I mean, buildings that are yeah, super buildings.
Yeah.
Like I said, the base has basically went over a total renovation, except for
Hmm.
the barracks that I used to live in. It's still there and still has people in it. Uh, I
Oh
was about to
man.
go up and knock on old dude's door and be like, "Hey, man, I used to live here 25 years ago," but
Yeah.
I
Give
figured
me
it'd
a
probably freak
tour.
him out. Yeah, here I'll give
That's
you a tour.
funny.
Let's see if my initials are still up here in this in this area.
Yeah, 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 exactly. That's pretty wild. Oh man. So you ended up getting out in
Yeah,
'03, you said, yeah?
yeah, yeah. I got out.
Okay.
Let me see, September. Yeah,
Okay.
they determined stop loss. Now that was great stuff right there. Stop
Yeah.
loss. You're not
Uh-huh.
allowed to get out. Well, I have an EAS. It don't matter. It's kind of funny looking at your DD-214 stating S&M service was extended due to convenience of the government.
Oh,
Uh,
is that really what it
it
says?
actually has that on the DD-214.
Wow. So
Yeah,
how long did they extend you for?
it was 6 months. So,
Okay.
I mean, I didn't get stop loss like everyone else did, but I did catch 6 months of it. So
Okay. Wow.
once the main party got back from Iraq, they finally started letting people go home.
I
So,
see. Okay. Wow. Now, once you got out, what exactly did you get into? Were you doing construction? I mean, same type of
well,
stuff?
well, I'm not afraid to go ahead and say it. I fell into a bottle
Okay.
when I got out. I fell into a bottle because, um, well, here we go. My entire unit deployed without me.
Yeah.
I was broke. My knee was
Hmm.
broke.
Right.
Had been broke for 2 years,
Hmm.
which made me non-deployable.
Right.
My brothers went. I didn't.
Mm. Yeah, that's tough, man.
Um, when they got back, I was no longer accepted.
Mm.
I I was I was shunned.
No kidding.
Um, oh yeah, I was.
Wow.
If I could only forget the names that I was called. Um, but again,
Wow.
what wasn't my and we're talking about stuff on their collar that shines too. Um,
What?
tell me, brother, if you only knew. Um, but
Oh my
I
gosh.
I felt like I felt unworthy,
Okay.
so I started drinking.
Hmm.
Easiest way to forget is to get in a position where you can't even think.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
I crawled into a bottle,
Hmm.
and two DUIs in one night later,
Oh
um,
wow.
I woke up in
Yeah.
Jacksonville, Onslow County. That I need to send them a thank you. But they did their job and they took me off the road twice while intoxicated. Um,
Wow.
um, yeah, there's a full
No,
year there that I don't remember. Couldn't tell you a
no
single thing
kidding.
about it. Yeah.
Now, was that why
Um,
you were still in there then,
no,
or did you get
no.
out? Okay.
When I got out,
Uh-huh.
um, after the company first started and the company commander laid into me and told me I was allowed to leave the base and never come back. Um,
Wow.
because I wasn't a real Marine, I was non-deployable. Um,
Oh my God.
I went straight out to the bar. I got my ears pierced. I got a couple tattoos. I did everything I could to, forget.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but like I said, a friend of mine the guy that went in on a buddy program.
Uh,
He reemerged. He got married, had a couple kids while we were in,
okay.
and all of a sudden he showed up. He said,
Mm-hmm.
"Dude, uh, don't know what you got in the house, but get your ass in the car." I was still too drunk to
Okay.
argue. I was still too drunk to argue.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you got beer? Let's go.
Yeah.
Um, he brought me back to West Virginia and dropped me off at my parents' doorstep.
Oh, no kidding.
Um,
Wow.
no, knowing that I would not want to disappoint my parents by letting them see
Mm-hmm.
me in that shape. So that really saved my life.
Yeah.
Um,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Good for
So
him to step up and do that for you, you know?
yeah, it's really good to make sure to check
Mm-hmm.
on your friends. You know,
Yeah.
if it wasn't for him, I probably would be dead. Um,
Wow.
or someone like him,
Mm-hmm.
who wasn't afraid to say, "Hey, get your ass in the car.
Yeah,
We're going
absolutely.
somewhere." You know,
Mm-hmm.
us being Marines, we know how to take orders. We know how to
Mm-hmm.
give orders, even. You know,
Yep.
um, all the suicide awareness, all this different stuff. You can counsel people, be a therapist, but it's so difficult to see it when it's happening to yourself.
Mm.
When
That's
you're in it,
yeah, that makes
you
sense.
know, when you are in the shitstorm, you need someone there, and
Mm-hmm.
it points me back to the passage in the Bible where they let the man down through the roof. They cut a hole in
Yeah.
the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, that man couldn't do it alone. It wasn't his
Right.
faith that healed him. His friends had to have the faith to
Mm-hmm.
say, "We got to get this guy there.
Mm-hmm.
We got to. It don't matter what it takes. We'll cut a hole in the roof. We
Yeah.
got to get this man in front of him." Well, that's what my buddy did. It don't matter what he had to go into.
Mm-hmm.
Snatched my ass out and took me home.
Yeah.
Now, that's what a buddy is.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that still
Wow.
gives me the faith that, yeah, the Marines that I was stationed with at that time,
Mm-hmm.
um, they may blame me. They may look down on me. That's fine. I did
Mm.
what I could.
Yeah.
Um, but I wish I could have done more, but my body didn't hold out.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's unfortunate that, you know,
So,
uh, that somebody would even consider talking to somebody like that. Just, you didn't deploy, so I'm going to look down on you and, you're not worthy type of thing. I don't know, that's just crap because it's really luck of the draw a lot of times on deployments.
yeah, well, back then, we were all young and dumb, and we were
Hmm.
bulletproof, 10 feet tall. Supermen couldn't touch us. Uh,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
so if you weren't deployable, you weren't nothing.
Yeah.
If you couldn't, you know, the good old combat action ribbon, everyone was seeking that thing.
Hmm.
Kind of like that movie Jarhead. It sank home to me. We did. People ask me, "What was Marine Corps like?" I said, did you ever play a sport? Yeah. Okay. You
Hmm.
remember going to practice? Yeah. It felt like practice for 4 straight years without ever playing the game.
Mm. Yeah.
And that's what it basically felt like. We were practicing for something that did happen for
Hmm.
us. It was go time. But when it was go time, I couldn't go.
Yeah.
And, there was some things that happened while, you know, I can't
Hmm.
I can't watch everybody, but
Hmm.
one of my deployed brothers' wives ended up stepping out on him. Well,
Mm.
it wasn't with me. I did know about it, But do you think I'm just supposed to up and tell him when he's overseas that his wife is, you know, no, you know,
Yeah.
that's not my responsibility. You can handle
Hmm.
that when you get home, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so like I said, I was straight shunned and ridiculed. But again, um, that happened to me for a reason. I don't
Hmm.
know what it was yet still. But God has bigger plans for me. And, you know, uh,
Yeah.
it's difficult when you lend so much weight on quote unquote brotherhood.
Yeah.
Because I truly felt, because my dad was a Marine, my
Hmm.
dad's dad was a Marine.
Oh, wow.
Um, so that's what I was supposed to be.
Hmm.
You know, it's a brotherhood. That
Right.
I had heard my dad say he was proud of me one time, and
Hmm.
that was when I got home from graduation from boot camp.
Wow.
So it was big stuff.
Hmm.
And he served in Korea and Vietnam.
Hmm.
I didn't.
Yeah. Well,
So, and then the fact that I had the chance, but yet I was broke.
hmm.
you know, and even he looked at me differently because I
Mm.
was non-deployable.
Right.
But again, it's just the cards you're dealt. You know,
True. Yeah.
my body couldn't take my knee going in the wrong direction. Don't know
Hmm.
who's could, but mine couldn't do it. So
Yeah. I don't
uh,
think anybody's could be honest with you.
yeah, but it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Chances
Yeah.
are, if I had been over there, I might have been missing a leg or something. God
Yeah.
works in mysterious ways. I don't know what they are or why they are, but
Hmm.
who am I to question?
Yeah. Well, how did you like overcome being in the bottle like you were? Like how were you able to get out of it?
Um, well, at the time, my parents, of course, I was raised by my grandparents, so they were very strict. They actually stopped supporting the local general store because they started selling alcohol.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
so they started driving 12 miles in one direction just to go grocery shopping at a store that
Right.
didn't serve alcohol.
Hmm.
So alcohol was strictly forbidden. Um, there were some times where I tried to hide it.
Hmm.
Um, there were some times that I did try to come home drunk,
Hmm.
but of course I didn't have a vehicle. So everywhere I went was walking, and we're talking rural West Virginia.
Yeah.
Um, if you go outside your town, which is only 3 stop signs, if you go outside your town, you're talking 12 miles one direction just to get to the next stop sign.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, if I was going to go drink, I was going to be dedicated to it.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna walk 12 miles to get that sip, and
Wow.
there was there. I rode my bicycle when I was a teenager. I got
Hmm.
home. I was like, you know what? I'll ride that thing to town. That won't take me no time at all. I got about halfway to town and the tires went flat.
Oh, geez.
So, about 6 miles from where I grew up, there's still a bicycle on the side of the road. If anyone wants to pick it up, it's been about 25 years ago, but you can have it. I turned around and walked back home, and that's when I decided, I don't need to be in a bottle anymore.
Yeah.
Uh, Look at what I'm giving up.
Hmm.
Look at what I already gave up that I
Right.
can't get
Yeah.
back. You know, I couldn't, at the time, I couldn't see it.
Hmm.
But now looking back at it, yes, I did my service. No, I didn't
Hmm.
get a bunch of medals for it. No, I didn't get a bunch of certificates on the wall, but I'm proud of
Right.
myself. Uh, um, but the court taught me that you're able to brain was used to do. And believing that,
Mm-hmm.
believing that I tell my body what I want, I tell
Mm-hmm.
my body when I'm tired, I tell my body when I'm hungry,
Right.
I tell my body when I'm sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
So why am I letting my body tell me I want to drink?
Mm. It's
So,
a good way of looking at it. Yeah, that's good.
you know, I am in total control of my body, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't need to drink it. And
Yeah.
I actually made it to where, and I bounced in the bar for over 15 years. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the craziest part. I didn't drink a drop.
Hmm.
Uh, Being in the Marine Corps, we'd go bar to bar and try to clear them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have my little crew, and the three of us would walk into a bar, and we'd see how long it'd take us to get it cleared out.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
we loved fighting,
Yeah.
especially come back home, where they say, "Oh, a single Marine's never outnumbered." Yeah, you're
Mm-hmm.
right. They ain't because because we're crazy enough to do some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like, you know what, I'll take my talents and you know try to
Yeah.
protect the bar. And for 15 years, I bounced up here, and still
Wow.
was keeping able to not drink. Um,
That's
I was able to
incredible.
see, I was able to see how different people are from when they're drinking and when they're not.
Right.
I was able to see them walk in the door sober and
Mm-hmm.
watch them walk out the door. Well, a lot of them didn't even walk out the door. They stumbled or was drugged, and you
Mm-hmm.
see what type of person they become because of something they ingest.
Yeah.
And to me, I was in that spot, so I
Mm-hmm.
would tell a dude, don't drive. Give me your car keys. Sleep in your truck. I've slept
Yeah.
in worse. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I I've slept under a generator, so don't tell me you can't sleep in the cab of your truck. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
sleep it off. Sleep it off. You'll be all right. I'll give you your keys in the morning. You
Yeah.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and that was one of the things that I did. And then of course, uh, just trying to keep the peace. And
Mm-hmm.
if the fight were to break out, Marines were first to fight. Well, guess what? If you
Yeah.
want to fight, you're gonna fight me. I'm getting paid to do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
So it it, it was it was a way for me to continue my you know
Mm-hmm.
feeling like I still need to be someone's 911.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
but I was able to get out of the bottle, but I got into the bar,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried to help people as much as I could there. And then when that didn't work anymore, I guess I'm adrenaline junkie. Um, I was a firefighter,
Okay.
and um, I did that on three different departments in the state.
Wow.
And yeah, I've always wanted to feel like I could help.
Mm-hmm.
Even though my body didn't let me the first time,
Right.
um, it has let me several others.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so
Wow.
that 911 kick, that adrenaline kick, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I guess I was and am addicted to. I don't know,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I was able to kick the addiction of alcohol by trying to focus on helping other people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Helping make sure that they don't go down the same road I went down. Learn
Wow.
from me, learn from my
Yeah.
mistake, wake up. And I work with kids now. I've been in the
Mm-hmm.
prison system for over 12 years now.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, I float from job to job. When I
Mm-hmm.
get good at it, okay, well, it's time for me to go find something else.
Right.
Uh, so I was working inside the prison with adults,
Mm-hmm.
and they started saying, "Mr. Lowe, would you go talk to our kids? Our
Mm.
kids are following our footsteps, you know."
Mm-hmm.
And we really look at it. Kids are mirrors, you know.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Whatever monkey see, monkey do. So
True.
I decided to transfer down to work with juveniles, and I'll tell you that is probably the most challenging thing I've ever done. I'd rather I'd rather dig 20 fighting positions for machine
Yeah.
gun than deal with one kid for 8 hours. These kids are, whew, let me tell you, uh,
Handful is not enough to explain it.
uh, brother, when you took the paddle out and got out of school, uh,
Yeah.
you know what came in.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
wait, oh, wait. What did I hear we had in a school the other day? A litter box because one of the kids thought they were a furry.
Oh
I
God.
I tell you what, a buddy of mine who recruited me into the Marine Corps is still up here and in the league with me.
Uh-huh.
And I told him that, and he kind of died laughing. And I said, dude, I want you to be the uh, ROTC commander because this dude up here retired.
Uh-huh.
And he said, I couldn't do that. I said, neither could I because first time I walked in a bathroom and saw a daggone litter pan and a kid using it, they ain't going to like me and I ain't going to have a job. That's when my felony record starts.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a good
uh,
point.
yeah, I ain't playing that game. I don't have
Uh,
cats and I don't clean litter boxes. So,
that's
oh,
crazy.
man. Sand fleas kept me away from sand and cats
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm good. I don't need any cats. But yeah, the furry stuff nowadays, and like I said, he would have been the prime candidate for our ROTC position.
Hmm.
Um, but um, again, the way the schools are nowadays, you can't. You got to be careful. You got to be super
Yeah.
careful to even show up to work.
Mm,
Uh, so
that is a true
but
statement.
yeah, I was able to surf several different jobs.
Hmm.
Uh, as you know, in today's economy, you pretty much have to have two jobs. So I was
Hmm.
fortunate enough to have several good ones. A couple of them overlapped, um,
Yeah.
but all in all, God gave me the ability to keep pushing forward, and of course,
Yeah.
our mentality of Marines die falling forward. If
Hmm.
you want to kill me, I'm still coming after you.
Yeah.
Uh, you better keep running. That's the type of mentality I take every day. You
Yeah.
know, whether it be PTSD related, whether it be just pain and arthritis related. You know,
Hmm.
you're
Yep.
not getting me down today. I'm getting up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly. Yeah.
so I learned quite a bit of good things in the Corps. Of
Hmm.
course, you heard some of the bad.
Yeah.
Uh, that was probably the last taste I had in my mouth. However, um, there's a whole band of brothers out there that they aren't a part of.
Yeah.
Um, if they can treat a brother the way they did me, they're not in the band of brotherhood. I
Yeah.
mean,
Hey.
honestly, we're talking about a person who, like you said, couldn't deploy. Wasn't my
Hmm.
fault.
Yeah.
You know, and if you are so big and bad and Mr. Chesty Puller, come on up and talk to me.
Yeah.
And maybe you could have carried me whenever my knee started hurting. You
Yeah.
know,
Exactly. Yeah. Good
if you're
point.
if you're that big and bad, no,
Uh-huh.
I I couldn't go.
Right.
So yeah, I had the guilt from that, but then to come home and have that on my plate as well, it sucked. But
Mm-hmm.
um, like I said, I've had a unique life,
Mm-hmm.
um, many ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, roller coaster has been pretty extreme from time to time.
Yeah.
Uh, but really, the things that you learn, or the things that I learned, I look back on and laugh that I did in boot camp and in the Marine Corps,
Hmm.
like mopping a parking lot. I was telling a kid the other day, I was like, I ought to have you out here mopping a parking lot. And they just looked at me like I was stupid. And I said, no, I'm being for real. I said, you mopped the parking lot? I said, you bet your ass I have. And I was like, for what? For a lesson. Well,
Yeah.
what was the lesson, Mr. Lowe? I won't be late. That's why you're early. I said, that's right. This parking lot don't need mopped by me. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, uh, so I mean, it's those little things, the attention to detail, the intestinal fortitude, the courage, you know, the ability to push through beyond whatever.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that I take with me, and honestly, I take it and I use it every day.
Hmm.
Um, you don't realize it until you sit back and think about it, but
Right.
no one has a perfect day.
Hmm.
Uh, if you do,
That's true.
you're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
Uh, but you can navigate it, and I use the tools that I actually gained in there
Hmm.
uh, quite often.
Yeah.
So
Very nice. Well, shoot, man. It was good. It was a good story. I like hearing it, man.
yeah, yeah, brother. I don't know that I've ever said all that at one time to any one individual. So um, I'm
Well,
gonna have
I'm
to go
honored
back
that you
and
said it all to me.
yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and send this to my shrink.
Yeah.
Give this to my therapist. She's gonna say, "Good job, you talked to somebody." I said, "Well, here's the thing. I talk to millions of people. Whoever wants to click on the dang thing."
Yeah, yeah. That's true.
Uh,
That's true. Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's awesome.
appreciate you giving me an avenue to vent, to talk,
Yeah,
to share.
absolutely.
Um, I was kind of nervous at first. You know that from
Yeah.
meeting. Um, but I appreciate you doing this, brother. I really
Yeah,
do.
man. Yeah,
Um,
it's important, I think. So,
it,
every
it's
veteran story is
important.
important.
That's right. It's important to the guys to be able to let their voice be heard.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, yeah,
know,
yeah. And there's
no
lessons in
one.
in everybody's story.
Yep. Um, no one ever really knew about the ridicule that I got.
Yeah.
Um,
That's tough too. I mean,
it is. It still lingers. You still have self esteem issues. Um,
mhm.
but you know, that's when you go back and you think about it. Everyone's got
Right.
an opinion. It's like an asshole. It it normally stinks. Um,
Yeah.
you know, uh, but and what a lot of people don't understand is the opinion is only good to the person that has it.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, when others start trying to influence me with their opinion to convince me to believe theirs, that's when they're wrong. You know,
yeah.
you can
Yeah,
have
yeah.
your opinion. It truly only matters to you. You can be as passionate as you want about it, but it's your opinion.
True. Yeah. Yeah,
At
yeah,
the end
yeah.
of the day, it's yours, not mine.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good
But
point, man.
brother, like I said, I appreciate what you do. I am I am a survivor,
Hmm.
and I think what you do might keep guys off the edge.
I
So
hope so. Yeah.
yeah, uh, yeah, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. Well,
Yep.
before we end this, I always do these rapid fire questions at the end. Would you
Oh,
be willing to answer those? Huh?
listen,
You don't want to answer them?
I said hit it.
Oh, okay. What is your proudest military moment?
Uh, good lord. Meritorious corporal, probably.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like it. All right. What's your most embarrassing military moment?
Uh, the NJP.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
I didn't agree with a sergeant, and I ended up with one less rank because of it. So
Oof.
it's all good.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That makes sense.
What
Makes
what
sense.
did old
All right.
Chucky say? Every good Marine has at least one good NJP. I mean,
Yeah, that's
or
right.
never trust a Marine without one, or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he one of the things he also said was take me to the real Marines, the ones in the brig. I
Yeah.
think that's one of his quotes as well, something like that.
Well, I never got to see the inside of the brig, and I pray to God I never do. So,
Yeah. Me too. Me too. All right. If you could be one military leader for a day, who would that be?
uh, wow, I would have to say Powell.
Ooh,
Buffalo.
okay. Yeah. I like it. I like it. That's a
Give,
good
give,
answer.
give, give me total control for one day. Okay, let's see what
Yeah.
happens. You might spend 20 years fixing it, but I'll have one heck of a day.
That's good. That's good. Oh man. If you could change one rule in the military, what would it be?
Oh Lord. Uh, age restriction. I'd love to still be in,
Ah, okay.
but I'm way too old. But I'd still love to be at least sitting there on the sideline yelling at them, telling them to do something, and sip on my tea. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even need much of a paycheck.
I like it. All right. In the zombie apocalypse, what would be your weapon of choice and what anthem would be playing?
Oh Lord. Uh, of course, the Marine Corps emblem would be playing, anthem would be playing.
Uh-huh.
But the weapon of choice, I'm gonna have to say it'd be a mix between either the 240 or the 50 cal. Um,
Mm, okay.
I would say 50 cal as long as I had something to mount it to, obviously.
Yeah, let's hope you're
two
not running
two four
around with it, you
two
know?
yeah 240 for the straight shear that I can make a 360 real easy, but the 50 cal because
Yeah.
I can reach out and touch someone.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I like that. All right. Well, toward the end here, I always give everyone an opportunity. Nope, that's not it. For words of wisdom, something that you want to leave the listeners with.
Um, hmm, you're never alone.
Ooh, that's good.
That's
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 true.
about the best I got for you.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
something I have to tell myself a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're right. You are
And
never alone. Sometimes you just got to find the right person and,
that's
talk
right.
to them but you got to reach out. That's a big one,
Yep.
you know?
And here's the thing: since the Marine Corps League gave me the stage to be the chaplain of several different departments, detachments,
Hmm.
um, you know, I I want guys to understand that they're not alone in the fight.
Hmm.
There's other guys who've been there,
Hmm.
and it's scary knowing that they're in the fight. And I didn't have anyone there,
Yeah.
so I know how bad it is.
Hmm.
And I just want people to know that there are people out there who they can reach out to. You know,
Absolutely.
the whole battle buddy thing. We didn't have that in the Marine Corps. Marines took
Hmm.
care of one another. We didn't call
Right.
them battle buddies. We always looked out for one another. It didn't matter who you were.
Right.
Um, so the fact that we need to check on each other. You know,
Hmm.
we need to not just wonder or think. We need to go
Right.
do. Um, so that's what I'll leave you with is we're never alone.
I like it. Man, it was good. I
Yep.
appreciate it. Well, hey, thanks for coming on and doing this. It's been a good time. Hopefully you enjoyed it and we'll have to have you back on again sometime.
All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, hey, what you were talking about, there's things out there, there's people out there that'll help, those types of things. I always end up talking at the end about veteran suicide and ways to get help. So if there are any veterans out there that are struggling, you can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255, or you can go to veteranscrisisline.net and click on that chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life lost is one too many. I care about you. I know Jason cares about you. The whole veteran community cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies you served with, ask them how they're doing. If they need that helping hand, please give it to them. All right, Jason, one last time. Hey, man, thanks. Truly appreciate it. And to
Hey,
all the
man, I
listeners out
appreciate
there,
you. Like I said, Semper Fi, and till we see you again.
absolutely, man. Semper Fi. To everybody out there, stay motivated. Change your socks.
Thanks for tuning in to the Lost Art Project Veterans Voices podcast. Our mission? Simple. Preserve history, one veteran story at a time. If you'd like to support this work, consider making a donation or sponsoring an episode. Every contribution helps us capture and share more stories for future generations. You can learn more and give at thelostart.podbean.com or by clicking the link in the episode's description. Stay motivated, change your socks, and remember, every story matters.